And look, this morning I asked that question, are you dying inside? But I started by asking you whether you checked your blood pressure before you left home, or whether you even know your blood pressure. Because imagine 600,000 people being diagnosed with high blood pressure annually in this country. But that's those who know. How about you, who probably may not be aware? Well, we're told that, about a third of the population have high blood pressure, and 2% will go ahead to develop strokes, and you know what that means. Today we've complained about how a number of young people are dying. They're dying because they probably do not know they have high blood pressure, which gets into stroke. Some dying because they have kidney diseases and other cardiac challenges. The question is, what are you not doing right? What is it that you love that is actually killing you? That's a conversation we're about to have here on the Super Morning Show. Because I say, what is it that you love that is killing you? Because once we start the conversation, you would know that there are a lot of things you probably think you're doing right that you're doing wrong. This morning, we're joined by Dr. Emmanuella Tagoe, who is a physician specialist and cardiology fellow in training at the Department of Internal Medicine of the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital, and Dr. Francis Agyekum, who is consultant cardiologist and physician specialist, Department of Internal Medicine at the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. Thank you very much, Dr. Agyekum and Dr. Tagoe. Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
And thanks for having us.
I believe you're all doing very well.
Yes, please.
I'm sure for you, you've checked your blood pressure already.
Definitely.
Yes.
I checked mine too this morning.
Okay.
But I put the blame on waking up early. I'll get to you shortly. But first, we know that APSA says they know life is go, 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 and that it is hard to make time for the things that really count. So they won't let banking get in your way, and that's why with APSA's digital channels, you can bank when, where, and how you want, so you can focus on what or who is important to you. Banking has never been this easy. Transfer funds into your savings account, pay your old school union dues and your DSTV subscription, and many more with a click on your phone. Get things done simply with APSA's digital channels. Now that's African nicety, that's APSA. Terms and conditions apply. Visit apsa.com.gh for further details. And the Electricity Company of Ghana wishes to inform the general public, especially their cherished customers, that with the introduction of the enhanced ECG Power app, customers are required to do cashless business with ECG anytime and anywhere. And the key benefits of using the ECG Power app are it allows credit top-ups for your smart prepaid meter, accepts payment from mobile money wallets, Visa and MasterCard for ECG transactions, generates bank invoice for payment, serves as a platform for reporting and resolving issues, accepts payment for all invoices generated by ECG, refunds challenged top-ups, provides history of payment transactions and consumption information, provides notifications and alerts from ECG. It is convenient, safe, and secure for use 24/7. Customers should please download the ECG Power app from the Google Play Store or App Store. Customers without smartphones should dial *226# to access the ECG Power app for all transactions. For assistance or further information, visit the nearest ECG office or website, ecg.com.gh, or contact our call center 0302 611 611. Help ECG serve you better. Now, before we go for a break, I want us to do this. For that person listening to us now, and he's probably heard the conversation about hypertension, high blood pressure, why should he or she be concerned? Dr. Agyekum.
Thank you very much. Simply put, you should be concerned because hypertension is a silent killer. It is the number one cause of stroke globally, the number one cause of heart failure, the number one cause of heart attack, and the number one cause of kidney disease. So if you want to live longer, you should be concerned about hypertension.
Dr. Tagoe, what do you say?
I go for the same thing, and I also want to add that, especially for our women who get hypertension in pregnancy, when they deliver and they start taking care of the babies, they forget about themselves. Do not. The BP doesn't go away easily like that. You have to keep monitoring. When you realize that it's coming up again, you have to take medications. Otherwise, they are the same risk of stroke and kidney disease in a few years to come.
The young ones, the men, the boys, they say that, oh, this is for old people. They don't really, so when I'm growing old, I'll stop all the bad things I'm doing, then I'd live longer. Is that the case?
No. Children can even get hypertension. My youngest patient, I'm an adult cardiologist, so my youngest, I see people who are from 12 years and above. And my youngest patient with hypertension was a 16-year-old lady.
16 years?
16-year-old lady. I have had in the 20s, many of them. In the 30s, a lot of them. It is true that as we age, our risk of developing hypertension increases. So if I take people who are below 30 years, the prevalence of hypertension will be lower than those who are between 30 and 60 years. For people who are, say, 30 to 70 years, about, if you take 10 people, about 3 to 4 of them will have hypertension. Go to people who are like 80 years. If you take 10 of them, about 8 to 9 of them will have hypertension. So as we grow, hypertension increases, but younger people also develop hypertension.
What has changed? I mean, like you're saying, but a 16-year-old person, I mean, would have thought that, like you say, between 30 and 70, even there you're looking at, 50 going would have these challenges. How come? What has changed?
Okay, that brings us to the causes of hypertension. So we have the primary causes and the secondary causes. So those who are younger, they may have conditions like being born with kidney disease already, or some form of heart condition already that can predispose them to hypertension. And then when it comes to for the causes, we divide them into modifiable risk factors and the non-modifiable risk factors. So the non-modifiable, you cannot do anything about. That's the advancing age. You may have a family history of a first-degree relative, like your father, mother, or another sibling who has hypertension. That places you at a bigger risk of also developing hypertension at an earlier age, like from their 30s. And then, just by being black. And then when it comes to the modifiable ones, the ones that you can do something about. Nowadays, we are all very sedentary. We are driving everywhere. We are not walking enough.
Hold on for me on that one. I like the modifiable ones because that's the one that young men and women of today are interested in, and that's the one that is getting a lot of them, with hypertension. When we return after these messages, we get into the causes of it, particularly the modifiable ones.
All right.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Okay.
Morning Show.
Wow! Kofi, is that your new car? It's very stylish.
Yes, it's the Volkswagen Polo Sedan with over 600,000 sold worldwide and now available in Ghana. It comes with a 1.6-liter automatic petrol engine and 105 horsepower. It is well equipped with a durable design, reliable safety features, and built with German quality standards. Linda, this car is value for money. It even comes with a 3-year, 120,000-kilometer warranty. It gives me great driving pleasure every day.
That's impressive. I would like to own one too.
Well, contact Universal Motors Limited on 0544 338 804 to own yours now.
Hey, Charlie, the journey to your house is not for mere mortals. Going through more trotros than the number of people you have dated. The sandwiching of strangers with peculiar body colognes. Hey. Let's not mention the booga skills your trotro drivers demonstrate on the road. The number of mates misses out to your final bus stop. But you've got this. Wake up your vim with Lucozade. Because with Lucozade, you always make it through. Lucozade, restore your energy. This advert is FDA approved.
Mosquitoes come through your door, kill it, will kill them for sure. Kill it, will kill them for sure. Kill it, insecticide spray. Kill it, mosquito coil. Anywhere them day, we've got kill it today. Intuntum nintefre. Kill it. Mwawebia. Kill it. Mosquitoes and insects. Kill it. Agyekum yeah. Kill it. Intuntum nintefre. Kill it. Mwawebia.
Have you heard? Kill It is back and available nationwide at all shopping outlets. Buy what kills mosquitoes, cockroaches, and all flying and crawling insects. Use Kill It Insecticide's strong and long-lasting formula that leaves a lingering sweet aroma. Buy Kill It Insecticide. To Agyekum, this product is FDA approved.
Say no nut, no nut, no nut, no nut.
Everybody follow
Lonat sa malaria. A 3D Lonat na Wogonto. Malaria chill. Wohopopo. What do you need? I want you. Lonat. A Dabaco. Lonat. A Damian. Lonat. A Damian. Lonat. No. Lonat scatter malaria. Lonat ide scatter malaria.
A quality product from Blaze GVS Pharma. Yenshishemu hu se malaria wa wumojam ansana wanum Lonat. Na nam yensearch na malaria no daso wo ho a ko hu doctor.
This advert is FDA approved.
Are you tired of struggling with bad financial situations? At Quick Credit, we understand the difficulties that come with transitioning to a better one. That's why we're here to simplify the process for you. With loan facilities from 1,500 cedis upwards, all you have to do is call and we will take care of the rest. All you need is your national ID. No savings, no collateral, no susu, no deposits, and no account opening required. Quick Credit has you covered. Whether you're expanding a business, starting a new one, facing an emergency like school fees or funeral expenses, or even just in need of a salary loan. What are you waiting for? Call Quick Credit today. 0302 200 390 or 059 692 0833. We do not give loans via the internet. Quick Credit is regulated and licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Terms and conditions apply. Quick Credit. Lending made simple.
Bet365 is now officially available in Ghana. My G, if you love sports, there's no better way to get a piece of the action. Build your own personalized bet with Bet Builder and select from popular markets on the biggest sports. You fit make multiple selections within a single match. For example, in football, you can choose first goal scorer and both teams to score to create your bet. Charlie, visit the official site at bet365.com.gh. Over 18s only. Terms and conditions apply. Please gamble responsibly.
We shouldn't have gone to that party.
Masa, my head is killing me.
Is that your stomach?
Yes.
What did you eat?
I don't know.
Get rid of your gastric problems with number 10 liver salt. Number 10 gives you quick, effective relief from nausea, indigestion, heartburns, hangovers, and hyperacidity. And with different fruity flavors such as orange and lemon, it's a pretty tasty way to end an uncomfortable situation. Number 10 liver salt from Ernest Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
This advert has been vetted and approved by FDA.
I'm afraid of the
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.
Welcome back. This is the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And this morning, we're having a conversation about you. We say, are you dying inside? Do you know what you're going through? Have you checked your blood pressure? Do you know whether you are hypertensive or not? And if you are you even on medication? And are you taking those medications? Well, if you're not, that's concerning, because you could degenerate into having strokes or kidney diseases, heart attacks, heart failure. And I'm sure we all don't want to have these. Imagine a 16-year-old diagnosed with hypertension. Ordinarily, we would have thought, oh, come on, that's for older men. We're going to get into the courses shortly, because we're joined this morning by Dr. Emmanuella Tagoe, who is physician specialist cardiology fellow in training at the Department of Internal Medicine of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, and Dr. Francis Agyekum, who is consultant cardiologist and physician specialist Department of Internal Medicine of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. We'll activate the phone lines. We'll give you a chance to join us, because you're the reason we're having this conversation right here on the Super Morning Show. In the meantime, you can join us on Twitter. Use the hashtag JoySMS, and then join us on WhatsApp 055-1111-997. So you know what? You contribute to the growth and success of Ghanaian textile industry every time you wear your authentic fabrics. GTP says thank you. Always purchase original, genuine, and authentic GTP fabrics. Check that the design number on the label is also printed on the edge of the fabric. Contact 0509-940-949 to buy online or visit any of our accredited dealers nationwide or any wooden shop. GTP Lifestyle. Now, every time we eat food and sugars are trapped between our teeth, leading to tooth decay, gum disease, and in some cases, foul breath. Brushing your teeth every morning and night with Pepsodent Cavity Fighter gives your teeth the protection they need, leaving you with 10 times stronger teeth. Pepsodent Cavity Fighter is fortified with pro-fluoride and macrocalcium ingredients, sealing tiny and invisible holes in your teeth. This prevents cavities, keeps your teeth strong and mouth healthy. Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, maximum cavity protection, 10 times stronger teeth. Pepsodent is recommended by the Ghana Dental Association, and there are other 2 highly effective variants of Pepsodent on the market. Pepsodent Charcoal, made with a fine blend of activated charcoal and lemon essence. Pepsodent Charcoal White gently polishes away tooth stains and naturally restores your bright smile. Pepsodent Herbal for our herbal lovers. Try Pepsodent Herbal toothpaste, formulated from carefully selected natural extracts and uniquely blended herbs. Pepsodent Herbal releases, repairs, and protects gum tissues while giving you strong teeth. You can get Pepsodent at any shop near you. Call our customer care center on toll-free 0800 2030. Always remember to brush your teeth in the morning and before you sleep at night. Pepsodent, every smile matters. And Airtel Tigo wishes to announce to its cherished customers that all unregistered SIMs will be permanently disconnected from the 31st of May 2023 in line with NCS directive. Customers who are yet to complete their SIM registration are entreated to visit the nearest Airtel Tigo shop immediately with their Ghana card to avoid permanently losing their numbers. What's more, you get up to 5 GB free data instantly after your registration is complete. So register now. Airtel Tigo, life is simple. So let me get back to Dr. Tagoe and Dr. Agyekum. So we're talking about the causes.
Yeah.
And that's very, very important to me. We've looked at, hereditary stuff in here and there. But let's look at our lifestyle.
Modifiable
risk factors.
Yeah.
Tell us, yes, Dr. Tagoe.
So the modifiable risk factors, they include being physically inactive. Nowadays, we are driving everywhere. Okay. We are not walking enough. And even if we are driving, we should find time within the week to have some exercise. The ESC, that is European Society of Cardiology, they recommend that you should have at least 150 minutes of exercise, moderate intensity exercise, and strength training per week. So even if you drive, make sure that you find time within the week. Also, our diets are so unhealthy. We are eating food with too much salt in it. We are eating too much carbohydrate. And once you also have a sedentary lifestyle and you are eating all of this food, it is going to be stored as fat. Everything that you eat, that goes into your body, and you are not able to exercise to bring that out, it will be stored as fat. We are not eating enough vegetables. We are not eating enough fish. So we need to look at these situations at all. And we are eating too much of the burgers, the pizzas. All those ones must also come down. We have to replace them with fresh fruits and vegetables. Also, people have certain habits like smoking. This continuous smoking tends to destroy the surface of your blood vessels, and they increase the pressure against which the heart must pump for blood to go to all your organs. Other people are also taking in cocaine. Cocaine can also increase your blood pressure, as well as the alcohol. I have friends, I talk to them about this, and they tell me that, doctor, as for the whiskey, dear, I can't stop. As for the whiskey, don't go there. You can tell me anything, but you have to stop. If you cannot stop, just start bringing down small, and that would help to bring down your blood pressure.
Those who say as for the alcohol, they can't stop. Yes, I want us to focus on that, because why must they stop?
They must stop because this continuous intake of alcohol tends to destroy what we call endothelial dysfunction. It will destroy the surface of the blood vessel, and this will cause other, because you're also eating uncontrollably, you have cholesterol depositing, you have other things in the blood like your platelet depositing. All these things lead to distraction, narrowing of the blood vessels. Some also form clots in the blood vessels, and this may lead you to have a heart attack. These clots can also travel to your brain, and then you have a stroke as well. And when you have a stroke, you're just lying there. People have to take care of you. They have to change your diapers. It's very difficult. You were strong today, and then tomorrow you are just lying there, unable to do anything for yourself.
Agyekum, yes.
In addition to the alcohol, not just the heart. In addition to alcohol leading to hypertension, it can also weaken the heart muscles and cause heart failure. Alcohol can also affect your liver and cause chronic liver disease, make the liver hardened, not able to work again. Sometimes it can progress to liver cancer. Alcohol can affect the brain. There are several problems associated with alcohol. So excessive use of alcohol is not a good idea for anybody.
I'll come back to this. You talked about, eating a lot of carbohydrates.
Yeah.
Our food. I mean, a lot of the
It's
things
too carbohydrate
Yes.
rich.
So what do we do?
We need to moderate the quantities. The most important thing is about checking your weight and making sure that your weight is within acceptable levels. A simple way to do that is to get your height and then get your weight, and you can divide your height by your weight, you square your weight. This is a bit of calculation, but we call something BMI, body mass index. You keep it below 25 and above 18. That is perfect. Anything above 25 to 29.9, you are overweight. You need to do some more work, your diet, your exercise levels, to be able to bring the weight down. Once you hit 30 and above, that is obesity. And hypertension is directly associated with weight gain. As your weight increases, your blood pressure increases. And so that is also an important thing. So it's not just, yes, we all agree that our diet is a lot of carbohydrates, but what happened to the so much fruits we have around, the vegetables we have around? People want to eat anything that will fill their stomach, but it's high time we started thinking, how is that going to help me when it enters my body? It's not everything that needs to enter your body, because it is not going to help your body. That we have to make conscious choices when it comes to our diet.
Doc, okay, so on that note, we'd also like to mention how people who are at the workplaces, this is affecting them. They are not getting home early. They are eating very late. Late night eating also adds to this obesity, which goes on to give you diabetes and what we call the metabolic syndrome. So workplaces can now try to fashion healthy workplace regimes. There are some workplaces in Ghana, I don't want to mention names, they have gyms inside their offices, they have restaurants which try to get caterers to prepare healthier diets for the workers, so that even if they don't have to leave the workplace, they can eat healthy there, and then before they go home, they can actually start using the gym before they get home. So all of these things help. So we have to start having this discussion with our companies so that they think more about about a healthy workplace.
Doctors, can I take you back to the issue of weight and diet? Let's start with diet. I mean, you've talked about how important it is for us to, moderate the quantities and put the right things into our bodies, eat more vegetables and fruits and so forth. The truth is that sometimes it's not a choice, or the choice is made for you by your pocket. Right? Because vegetables and fruit are expensive. Right. So, I mean, this average person listening to us right now who wants to be healthy, honestly, what kind of medical advice can you give them to ensure that no matter their pocket, they can still have healthy portions on their plates?
Thank you very much. That's a very difficult one. But the most important thing is there are several fruits around, and fortunately for us, we are in a place where certain fruits come at certain seasons, and therefore they become cheaper. So try to go by the season. If around this season, now when you walk around, there are several mango trees, mangoes are falling around. In that case, take advantage of that. If you go for more expensive fruits, that will be difficult for you. And then a lot of us have backyards, we are not doing anything there. You can just gather some black soil and start cultivating some of these vegetables at your backyard. That also helps you, because sometimes even people who cultivate it, you don't even know what sort of chemicals are being used in cultivating some of these things. So those of us, people nowadays like tiling the whole house, but you could have saved a portion of the house and use it more judiciously for your health. And that's why I mentioned the fact of making the choice. It is your choice. Once you make the right choices, sometimes I know a friend, he just gathers black soil into sacks and is able to cultivate some of these things in those sacks and harvest them for his home use. So that is also very important. And then Dr. Tagoe mentioned our workplaces. Some of us, the choice is out of our hands because we come to work like 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and we are leaving at 8 p.m. And you see people or you hear people eating fufu and banku and other things at 8, 9, 10 p.m. That is not going to be healthy for you. And that is why I think 5 years ago or so, in the World Heart Day, we emphasized the importance of companies supporting their workers when it comes to these healthy choices. If you have people here who are cooking healthy food for them, and even if it demands taking some portion of your salaries to help you eat well, at 5 p.m. you take your supper, you are done with it. So if you close even at 9 p.m., you go home, just take some water and sleep. So it is all about choices. Sometimes exercise, people say I don't have time to exercise, but we pay people to wash our cars when we could have washed the cars, spend some 10 minutes. That is 10 minutes of exercise. We send people, those of us who are fortunate enough, we send people to go to places to go and buy food and bring them to our offices, when you could have taken a 5 minute, 10 minutes walk to where the food is being sold, eat it, walk back. That is exercise incorporated into your daily activity. Your floor may be 3rd floor, 4th floor. Instead of taking the lift, you could have taken the stairs and walked there. That is incorporating exercise into your daily life. So there are ways you can make right choices to help your health, and that is what we are emphasizing.
Now the obesity. I think I'm not the only person who can bring to mind one person they know who has died from a stroke or some other, hypertension related, condition. And the people I'm thinking of, none of them are fatu. None of them are, none of them looked visibly overweight. But they are dead now. They had strokes, they had, heart attacks, and they were young. What is it that is turning around what used to be the very easy indicators, like, people being overweight, people being over a certain age? Why are these things changing today?
Okay, so in addition to the unhealthy diets, if you are not seeing it grossly as a patient being obese, usually this also tends to increase your cholesterol levels. So you realize that these people will go, and most of them do not check, but a few people who will check, their cholesterol levels are so high. And cholesterol works hand in hand to destroy your blood vessels and create what we call the clots, which tend to also give you the heart attacks and then the strokes as well. So we need to, like I said before, everything you eat that does not come, let's say a calorie in, does not come out through exercise. Everything is stored as fat. We have some people that they have the fat sitting in their liver. We call it non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. But the main thing is that the cholesterol tends to deposit on your blood vessels, the surface of your blood vessels, and then they cause problems there. Either narrowing, so blood is not able to get to the brain, and then that's what we call the 2 types of stroke. That it causes the infarctive stroke. Before we have the ones that there is so much pressure generated in the vessel actually bursts, and then you have blood pouring on the surface of the brain or within the brain, which we call the hemorrhagic stroke. And that one tends to kill people even faster than the first one I mentioned, which is the infarctive stroke. So you may not see it grossly that you are putting on weight, but you need to check your cholesterol levels. And usually we have that problem with people who are a bit slimmer. They come to the hospital, you give them the labs, they come back, cholesterol is so. I said, doctor, but I'm so slim. I was like, yes, those who are bigger, they are worried, so they are always watching their diets. But those who are a little bit on the slim side, they think they are fine and they don't check. And usually those are the ones who have very high cholesterol. I also mentioned here that there are some people who are born with high cholesterol levels already, which we call the familial hypercholesterolemia. So you check their cholesterol and they are way above 7.58. So they have a genetic tendency. So we need to be doing our annual medicals as well. At least every year, just try to check your cholesterol level, your kidneys. You have to look at your liver, look at your urine. When you're also developing kidney disease, you tend to start seeing some things in the urine that will alert you. And these things will help you to know what your risk factors are. It helps you to know your numbers. You know your cholesterol, you know your sugar, you know your blood pressure, you know your height, weight, and then your BMI. Knowing your numbers can be life-saving.
And maybe just to add a bit to it, when we say obesity causes hypertension, it does not mean that if you are not obese, you cannot develop hypertension, because there are other risk factors to developing hypertension. And we've mentioned quite a number of them. Excessive alcohol use, smoking, and stress levels. In fact, some of us, sleep deprivation. A lot of us, because we are going to school, we are doing all sort of things. Some people are doing some 3-4 jobs in a day, and there are targets to meet. So they are always under stress. That can also increase our blood pressure. And there's a genetic component to developing hypertension. So your mother, father has hypertension, your risk of developing hypertension is also high. So there are several other factors that lead to the development of hypertension, not just obesity.
If you just joined us on the Super Morning Show, we're asking the question, are you dying inside? Find out if your heart is a ticking time bomb because of hypertension. It's not just your heart, your brain also could end up suffering the effects of poorly managed health, which leads to hypertension and all the complications that ensue from that, including strokes, etc. Our guests, Dr. Emmanuella Tagoe and Dr. Francis Agyekum, are properly taking us through the education today. Now, one of the disturbing statistics Winston shared earlier was that of the 600,000 odd people who are being diagnosed with hypertension every year, about 30-something% of them are not even taking their medication. That is a shock to me.
It's even higher.
I can imagine, but I'm not getting the logic. You are doctors. People come to you, they talk to you. Tell us, what reasons are they giving you for not medicating a disease that could kill them?
Okay.
We actually did a study, I think 2014 in Kolebu Teaching Hospital, looking at hypertension control and non-compliance among patients who have hypertension. Even for those who have been referred to Kolebu, I'm assuming these have higher blood pressures. And you realize that lack of education is a major factor. People don't appreciate the significance of controlling their blood pressure. They think that, okay, hypertension is not causing any symptoms. Usually we are used to, I have malaria, I have headache. When I take treatment, my headache goes. You are telling me that I have a disease that is potentially deadly, but I am not feeling anything. And you want me to take medicine every day of my life. In fact, just yesterday, there was a patient I was having a conversation with, and the patient was like, do you want me to take this medicine every day of my life? And I was like, don't you eat every day of your life? So it is important to appreciate the importance of the disease. So lack of education. The other thing is also about fear of complications of medications. People are afraid that, and especially for the young men, if I take the medicine, my manhood is going to stop functioning. And therefore, there is some truth in it. In not all the medications. Some of the medications can be associated with some of these problems. But the issue is that that will take us into more technical details. But your doctor can always adjust the medications to help you, because the modern medications are quite effective and are not associated with this erectile dysfunction and other things. But the truth is also that hypertension by itself can lead to erectile dysfunction by narrowing the blood vessels that supply blood to your penis, can cause erectile dysfunction. In addition, several other things, the stress associated with disease itself can lead to erectile dysfunction. So, and then the other thing is, let's say your erectile function is perfect and then you develop a stroke, half of your body is dead. To what use is your erectile function? So it is important.
Half a loop.
It is important to preserve your whole body rather than focusing on one aspect of your body, and for that matter, losing the whole body. The other reason people gave for not some, medics, our research so far focuses on control of blood pressure. Unfortunately, we have, I don't know the word to use, counteracting messages or messages that are promising people cure. So if you take this my medicine, you'll be cured. And I have had patients who went for certain herbal medications believing that they had been cured of their hypertension and coming down with stroke eventually. So it is important for us to try to educate people about this. And the other reason people are not taking their medications is also sometimes affordability. Some of the medicines are quite expensive, especially if you go to the community pharmacies. Some of them, the markups are too much. So our dear pharmacists, please. These days, patients are complaining that, doctor, can you change this medicine for me? Doctor, can you change this medicine? Because partly due to the economic crunch, we are also suffering. Medicines that used to cost sometimes 400 cedis are now costing about 1,000 and over. It makes it difficult for patients to also comply with their medication. So there are multiple factors why people may not take their medication. But I think education is a major factor, and also sometimes accessibility as well.
Yeah, making further noise on these factors. Some of the patients too, because they do not have, talking about the fact that you don't really have symptoms, they will tell you that, oh doctor, now I mean who said BBI, so I take it when I feel like I'm having a headache. That is wrong. The headache means that the pressure is worsening, so you shouldn't wait. It's the medication that is keeping the blood pressure down, and it's not going to give you any symptoms until you have the complications like stroke and kidney disease. So don't say that when I start feeling tired before I'll take my medication. Please try and take it every day. And then we also have the other group that they are so, I don't know whether I say prim and proper, their medications are finished. They are supposed to come to the hospital, but it's like you have to come to the hospital in a week's time. Instead of getting more medications, using the boxes that the medicines come in, or maybe your old prescription, they will tell you that they are waiting till next week for them to come to the clinic so that a new prescription will be written for them. That 1 week that you are waiting to come to the hospital to get the refill, something can happen. And I have a personal experience of that. As early as SS, I was washing, my grandma was sitting by me. That was my first experience with stroke, and she just fell on her side. When she fell on her side, my mom ran over, and then she was like, have you taken your medication? She said, oh, chofa etan, it was my hospital next week. At that time, it was too late, and unfortunately, so she said the medication got finished, but she was waiting to go to the hospital the following week to get a refill. And unfortunately for her, she had a bad type of stroke, that the blood vessel gets burst open, and then the blood comes out, and you bleed into the brain. That was the last time I saw her. And anytime I remember my grandma, I just remember how she fell on her side. And then she said, my mouth is feeling heavy, my tongue is feeling heavy, before she lost total control of the speech. She didn't come back from the hospital. So please do not wait for your medications to get finished. Take the boxes to the pharmacy and please get a refill.
Dr. Emmanuella Tagoe and Dr. Francis Agyekum are our guests, and they're answering the question, are we dying inside? Well, you probably have questions too, having listened to all the education they've given so far. When we come back, it'll be your turn to call us with your questions. We'll put them to our guests and get you some potentially life-saving answers. Stay where you are.
Super Morning Show.
Someone smells great here. And fresh, my love. I wish I could stay in the shower all day.
I know, right? Nothing beats a bath with geisha soap. It smells so good, it lasts long, and it's enriched with natural ingredients that work wonders for my skin.
And it now comes with a fresh new look, giving us even more reasons to love our geisha bar.
improved geisha soap. Great you look, better fragrance, same natural ingredients, still all last time. This advert is FDA approved.
Be strong and last long. Like geisha.
Free home theater, free Bluetooth speaker, cash discount, and more. Big double cash discount on LED smart TVs, smart refrigerators, smart inverter air conditioners, freezers, mobile phones, laptop, printers, and many more. And get your LG, Samsung, Panasonic, Sony, Philips, Infinix, Xiaomi, Tecno, HP, Lenovo, and many more international brands only at Electromat. Rush to the nearest or closest Electromat shop or WhatsApp on 0552 755456. Electromat, your world of electronics.
Mr. Bossman, with all these computers, servers, and electronic equipment, I know they see one cable for the floor cry.
Charlie, you be right too. We dey use raised access floors from interface, so all the cables they hide under the raised access floors. So
this be the solution to the plenty cables we dey my computer room for office. Accountant, call interface now.
If you're involved in new property development, renovation, or decoration, the right place for you is Interface Limited. Call us on 0274 999999 or visit our website at
www.interfacelimited.net. Facebook, Interface Limited GH. Instagram, interface.limited.
Introducing the new Techno Spark 10 series. Enjoy a long-lasting 5000 mAh battery capacity plus 18 watts charging pad in an ultra-sleek 6.7-inch Full HD screen with a storage galore of 256GB plus 8GB. You can save every memory and never lose any. 32 megapixels glowing selfie camera and 50 megapixels AI rear camera. Get your Techno Spark 10 series. Visit the nearest Techno accredited shop and join the glowing selfie gang.
Imagine say water wake up at dawn. You know buff, you know chop. Where it vanish for your area for 2 weeks. You not get one drop safe inside your tank.
Hey.
Hajia, our life was in dangerous. Only our neighbor get water with water tank.
Water tank?
Yes, water tank. Mamma mia, that water tank get meter for checking water level. That water tank be fine past Kumasi Selenium. That water tank be tough like Ghana Army. That water tank, they carry water pepe, so say some no go left inside the supply tank. What a tank! As my boss, Mr. Poncho, go talk.
Beautiful, durable, with water level indicator and accurate volume of water. Water tank. What a tank! By Duraplast.
Anytime is a good time to have a break. Introducing Munchie Anytime Crackers. It's perfect for break times, party times, movie times, and snack times. Savor the moment. Enjoy Munchie Anytime Crackers anytime. Munchie Anytime Crackers. It's light and tasty.
This advert is FDA approved.
Bet365 is now officially available in Ghana. When you place a pre-match multi-bet on football, you go get bonus up to 70% to your winnings if your bet is successful. You can choose from markets like full-time results and both teams to score, from selected competitions including the Premier League, Champions League, and much more. Get this great offer when you visit the official site at bet365.com.gh. Over 18s only. Terms and conditions apply. Please gamble responsibly.
Super Morning Show.
9:17 is the time on the Super Morning Show. You're welcome back. Today's conversation just might save your life or the life of somebody you care about. We're asking, are you dying inside? Is hypertension a ticking time bomb that could sadly result in some very horrible conditions that can emanate from it? Strokes, heart attacks. Are you at risk? What can you do to stay safer, healthier, and live longer? Dr. Emmanuella Tagoe and Dr. Francis Agyekum have been educating us on exactly that. And it's your turn to call with your questions. So you know the numbers: 0302 216 541, 055 1111 997, 0302 216 541, 055 1111 997.
Right, so are you a die-hard football fan who can't get enough of the beautiful game? Well, then you need to stay in the game with DSTV, with all the top leagues and tournaments from around the world, including the UEFA Champions League, the Premier League, and La Liga Santander. You won't miss a single moment of the action. Watch the best players in the world like Marcus Rashford, Karim Benzema, Bukayo Saka, and Victor Osimhen battle it out on the field. Remember, the only football worth watching is on DSTV, so don't miss out on the excitement and stay in the game with DSTV. Get your DSTV decoder with 1 month family subscription for only 269 Ghana cedis, or stay connected on star 759 hash to enjoy it all. DSTV, it's your moment.
All right, let's do some econs. According to Abraham Maslow, a home is a basic need, and the COVID-19 pandemic made this statement truer than ever. Owning a home in a serene, strategic neighborhood should not be a luxury, but a necessity. And at JL Properties, they make that dream a reality. JL Properties has been building homes for more than a decade. Enjoy the ease of owning a fully complete home, or choose from their off-plan packages. At JL Properties, you can make internal adjustments to your home while it is still being built. A home from JL Properties means peace of mind and value for your money. Make your home with JL Properties today. Go to jlpropertiesgh.com or call 050-954-2973. JL Properties, the city's favorite developer.
Well, so get ready for an unforgettable experience at the upcoming International Food Security and Technology Summit in Israel from the 27th of June to the 29th of June 2023. Join us for a dynamic and exciting exhibition and conference on the future of food security and agricultural cutting-edge technology, and a tour to Jerusalem, the Dead Sea, Nazareth, and to the Sea of Galilee. You will have the opportunity to network with experts in the field, engage in panel discussions, and explore innovative technologies and solutions. For further inquiries, call First Apaja Link Consults Limited on these numbers 0302984245 or 0243480286.
All right, it's that time of the day to order some tasty grilled chicken with fried rice, the best of its kind. Enjoy the aroma of carefully selected fresh ingredients. Feel the love in every bite of excellently savored and sizzled food. If you're working in Accra or Tema, call Lunch Avenue on 0558-502-206 to order fresh, home-cooked and nutritious meals. Make sure you double on the vegetables. Lunch Avenue, tasty, yummy, and healthy. All right, listen, it's your show, so it's your turn. What are your questions? What are your concerns? What are the issues you want Dr. Tagoe and Dr. Agyekum to help you with? They're here for you. So call 0302-216-541 and 055-1111-997. Salifu is on the line from Koforidia. Salifu, good morning.
Good morning, Kojo. How are you?
Day for you. How are you?
I'm also fine.
So go ahead.
Thank you very much for bringing the two doctors for our education. I am a stroke survivor, and I see the importance of what they are telling us this morning. This morning, what I want to say is people should take it seriously, the advice that they're giving us. And Kojo, it is not only the hypertension. If not our experience from this stroke disease, I never knew about the A1C glucose test. And the fact,
HbA1c.
Yeah, the test that shows you that you are to get diabetes. And the FBS. All these things you will not know until you get this disease. So it is very, very serious that they continue to educate us. Secondly, the cost, as doctor said, the cost of the medication. And that's why people are going for this herbal treatment. And when they go, they become worse. I've been going for physical exercise, and we see all these things. So it is very, very serious that education continues. Thank you very much, Kojo.
Thank you, Salifu. Thanks for calling us. All right, let's take another call. We're going to Kaswa for this one. Hello, Ekua. Good morning.
Morning, Kojo. How are you?
Not bad at all. It's great to have you on the show.
Okay.
What's your question?
So my question is about low BP. Constantly recording low BP, and then you have the symptoms of dizziness, migraine, and then I don't know. Is there any cure for that? It doesn't matter how active you are in the morning. You keep reading maybe 70 over 60 or 80 over 75. The best would be 110 over 80 or 85. That is after workout. And you are being advised to take in maybe coffee or maybe slight pinch of salt to make you relax. How true is that?
Thank you for your question, Akuya. We'll get you an answer from the experts. Let's go to Sandema. Wow. Jerome, how is Sandema this morning? Have we lost Jerome? Yeah, it sounds like we've lost Jerome. Please call us back, Jerome, if you can. We'd love to hear your question. You know the numbers, 0302 216 541, 055 1111 997. We've got Sybil from Adabraka. Hi, Sybil. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for calling.
I'd like to find out how true, you spoke about cholesterol. So I know people take in coconut oil, like daily. I know someone who takes in a teaspoon a day, and it said that it has good cholesterol, and that reduces the bad cholesterol in the body. So I want to find out how true that is.
All right, we'll get you an answer to that one, Sybil. Thanks for calling. Big Joe is in Navrongo. Hi, Big Joe. How are you?
I'm fine, Koyo.
Good. How's Navrongo today?
Oh, Navrongo is fine.
Solid. Okay, what's your question?
But thanks for the opportunity and good morning to you people for this great job you are doing. My question is, what is the relationship between salt intake, Maggi intake, and then hypertension? And then another question is, there are instances others even complain that they take some of the drugs and they are rather having side effects like headache. Is it possible, and what is the best recommendation for such people?
Okay, Big Joe will get you answers. Thank you very much. And we have another Ikuya this morning from Kumasi. Hi, Ikuya. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Thanks for choosing Love FM. What's your question?
Please, my question is, high blood pressure patient, and one thing I've noticed about my pressure ups and downs is it's only when in my menses, like probably when I have about 2 weeks to my menses, I realize my pressure goes too high. So I want to find out if there's a way out. Am I live, please? Because
say that again, please.
I was asking if I'm live. I'm on air.
Oh yes, Ikuya, you are live on Joy.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much for your question. We'll get you an answer, okay?
Thank you.
All right, that's Ikuya from Kumasi. Let's come to South La. Hi, Chidiak. Good morning.
Yeah, Koji, good morning.
What's your question?
Yeah, it goes like this, that the blood vessels is more or less like a pipeline. That water flows through it. When it gets blocked, it's going to develop these problems. Because if you take notes, with the pipelines, periodically, they pump things through it and they wash the dirt out of it, which is a settlement in the veins. What medicine can the doctor recommend that periodically you can take that can wash through your blood veins? Thank you.
Okay, Chidiak, we'll get you an answer to that. Ben is on the line. Hi, Ben. Good morning.
Good morning. I think the one thing that the doctor didn't touch on is family history. Family history is a very big factor. A lot of us, we don't know what illnesses is coming from our genetic line. Then also, when it comes to also the medication, I think some medications work good for black men, for black people than white people. So they need to shed some light on what are is that a problem? I take blood pressure, and X-Forge is good for me, and I've switched it to a lot of my friends, and it's working for them. So can they share more light on the genetic factor and also the risk factor and family history?
Okay. All right, Ben. Thanks for that. Thanks for calling us as well. Listen, let's see if we can get answers to these questions. We've got about 6 or 7 questions to deal with. So let's come back into the studio, see if we can get some answers from our doctors. All right. So Salifu just had a comment, so that's fine. But Ekia wanted to know about low blood pressure. She says no matter how active she is in the mornings, she tends to register low BP. She gave some very low readings, actually, 70 over something and so forth. She wants to know what can be done to deal with that.
All right, thank you. So low BP, usually when normal blood pressure is between or above 100 and then lower than 120, that's the perfectly normal. Between 120 to 139, we say you have pre-hypertension. If your blood pressure systolic is below 100, then your blood pressure is low. And especially Ekia said that she has dizziness, which is also associated with low BP. There are a lot of causes which I cannot know specifically in her case. So it's important that she sees the doctor and then they investigate her appropriately to find the cause. Also make sure that you are taking adequate amounts of water. Sometimes when you are dehydrated, your blood pressure also goes down. And so in addition to whatever you are doing, make sure that at least about 4 to 6 glasses of water a day. Our weather is hot, so we tend to get quite dehydrated and it brings our blood pressure also down. And there are other things the doctors will do to find out what is exactly causing the low BP, and then we can tackle that one.
She says some people advise that you take a bit more of salt and coffee to actually deal with that. And
sometimes for specific people we give that specific advice, but that is after we have been investigated and we find that this advice will help you. It is not for everybody.
Right. Okay. Sybil wanted to know about cholesterol in coconut oil. She's been told that it is good cholesterol which will flush out the bad cholesterol. True or false?
Okay, so the debate about cholesterol rages on, about which ones are healthy and which ones are not. From the studies that have been done recently, they come out that coconut oil, and that one too, they actually qualify it as virgin coconut oil. And then olive oil, the avocado oils, those are good. I'm not sure about taking it in directly. What I know is that they are trying to encourage that we use it to replace the oils that we normally buy from the market, the other vegetable oils that we are not sure about their content. So coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil, all these things have been postulated to be the healthier oils. And then if, is it Sybil or Sybil wants her level of good cholesterol to increase, another way to do that is by exercise. The more you exercise tends to convert your bad cholesterol, which we call the LDL cholesterol, or low density lipoprotein, to the high density lipoprotein, which is what we call good cholesterol and bad cholesterol when we are explaining to patients. So I think you should just replace taking the oil in directly with rather cooking with it, and the cooking too shouldn't be too long so that the oils are not transformed into what we call the trans fat, which now become unhealthy. And then you should exercise, increase a level of activity to convert all the bad cholesterols to the good cholesterols.
Okay. So basically there's no evidence that by ingesting good cholesterol or good oil directly you will decrease your bad cholesterol in your blood. No.
It's just advisable to replace your cooking oil with the... Okay, all right. Thanks for that. Big Joe wanted to know the relationship between salt, margarine, and hypertension.
So I think we mentioned it earlier on. Salt is directly proportional to hypertension and all forms of salt, especially the sodium content of salt. So the higher your salt intake, it sort of pulls water to it. and though increases the blood volume, increases the blood pressure. And especially for blacks, we are more sensitive to salt. And so if your salt intake is high, your blood pressure is also high.
Doc, a lot of people like Kobe. They like Kako.
Yes.
They say
unfortunate facts.
They say that is, you can never have MPC without these. Is that also a problem?
It is a problem, and indeed, what we can rather do, I mean, if it's about the Kobe you like, you could soak it overnight, let the salt get out of it, throw out the sauce, and then just enjoy your fish. But even then, don't do it too frequently because they are too salty. In the same way, we don't advocate that people go and buy, I don't want to destroy people's business, but fast foods, because people tend to add too much salt to fast foods to stimulate your taste. These are not good for us. There was a study done in Ghana, Kumasi, by late Prof. Planjuru and co. They compared two communities. One of them, they were taking high salt, and then the other were taking normal. And you realize that those taking high salt had higher average BPs than those who were taking normal salt. So these are facts that have been documented.
Now, Big Joe also wanted to know about side effects of some of the hypertension drugs. He said, do the side effects include headaches?
I think some of them have side effects, including headaches. Maybe you have some little bits of leg swelling. But when you come and talk to us that you are having these medications, we have a wide range, so we can change it. But I also wanted to mention that hypertension on its own, when you are not taking any medication, untreated hypertension can give you headaches, can make your heart beat faster. And usually when you start having this, we don't want you to get there. That's why I want you to check your numbers. But when you start having these things, you have to go check your blood pressure. So we have some that can do that. If it's really serious, we'll change the medications. So it has to be a discussion between the client and ourselves. Let's keep talking. Let's not keep the side effects to ourselves.
Okay. Ikuya called about high blood pressure, but she says it only tends to happen when she's close to her time of the month. Is that a thing?
I really don't think that it only happens, but maybe it goes up higher when she on the second part, and this is due to the hormonal changes that are associated with our monthly menstrual cycle. So that is well documented. You just have to know how to control your blood pressure well, how to control some of the other things you are doing, and things will be fine. So it's purely hormonal, and that is well known.
Someone texted me that Ikuya should just move from Kaswa and everything will be fine. All right. Chidiak wanted to know, he said to him, blood vessels are like pipelines through which your blood is flowing. So what medication can a person take to wash through these pipelines to avoid blockages and so forth?
Well, I think the medicine is called eating more fresh vegetables and fresh fruits, because with all the healthy diets and fat diets going around, you actually see people now consuming more what they call the smoothies. So they actually blend fruits and vegetables and make them into smoothies to detoxify their systems. So if you don't have any of these risk factors, or maybe you do, don't try to rely on medications now. Maybe they haven't manifested into the overt disease conditions yet. Take in more vegetables. If you cannot chew them, then you can blend them into smoothies and take them. More fruit. There are so many combinations. You can go online and you can do this. Yeah.
So if you take the blood vessel of a 10-year-old child, it will be so clean.
So nice.
No problem with it. As we grow, because of the several risk factors we've mentioned, our eating habit, our drinking habit, our smoking habit, we start building what we call cholesterol plaques, atherosclerosis, in the blood vessels. These are not reversible. And so at whatever level you are, you can slow the progression. And that is the message we are preaching. Try to slow the progression.
Right.
There's no medicine to wash the blood vessels and return it back to that of a child.
Okay. One more. Ben was asking about, he brought up the issue of family history. He said that is also a causal factor.
I think we actually mentioned it, and that is part of the
especially first
genetics.
degree related, that's your parents or your siblings.
But
Once
these
they
are
have
not
it,
modifiable.
Yeah, you
And
can't
so
change it.
our focus here is try to educate people on the modifiable risk factors, and those who have it, as she rightly
So
said,
people
early
like that, you
detection.
can start checking your BPs from when you are like 30 years. Every 6 months, you can have a BP check. When it starts going up, you talk to a doctor.
Okay. Ben also wanted to know whether there are some drugs which are better for black men. He said he has been recommending some drug to his friends.
I will advise him to stop recommending drugs to friends. Let them go to hospital, get it well diagnosed, investigate to find out what are the other problems the person has. I mentioned earlier on that it's not you don't treat everybody the same way. If you have hypertension and diabetes, you have hypertension and early kidney disease, or you have hypertension, there are several other things your doctors will look at before they decide that this drug is the most appropriate for you. This drug may not be the most appropriate for another person. So we wouldn't advise him that he should be recommending drugs to friends. If we are managing you, we look at so many things before we decide on what medication is appropriate for you.
So we call it an individualized approach to everyone. One size does not fit all.
That's important. Beloved, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap this thing up to everyone's benefit. Stay with us. It's the Super Morning Show.
Supernatural Empowerment Summits 2023. Meet the revivalists, the heads of global denominations, and the kingmakers. This year, in Archbishop Charles Ogenasari's 40th year in a miracle ministry and the 10th Supernatural Empowerment Summit, expect life-changing insights for ministry and impartation for the next level. Host and speaker, Archbishop Charles Ogenasari. Other speakers from Ghana, Dr. Robert Ampia Kofi, Apostle Eric Nyamiche, Reverend Dr. Stephen Wengam, and also Bishop Joseph Imakando, Zambia, Bishop Joseph Matera, USA, Apostle Yves Castano, Congo, Apostle Abraham Gaji, Cote d'Ivoire. Date, Monday 22nd to Friday 26th May 2023. Time, evening session, 5:30 p.m. daily. Morning session, 8:30 a.m. daily starting Tuesday. Venue, Perez Dome, Jolu Junction, Accra, Ghana. Contact, +233-548-633-650 or www.scsummits.org.
Ghana's leading retail outlet for quality doors and locks, Doormaster, is rewarding its customers big. From now to the 27th of June, buy all your doors and paints from Doormaster and PPM and win instant prizes. Our doors range from exterior and interior doors, bulletproof doors, security, any kind of door you need. Come to Doormaster. PPM's Eurostandard paint solutions include acrylic, emulsion, enamel, waterproofing, primer, putty, all kinds of paint accessories. Painters, homeowners, contractors, project managers, everybody, we want to work with you. Visit us at Pobiman Tollbooth and Tema Community 25. Kindly call us on 0542-745-222 or 0500-212-447 for further inquiries. Doormaster at Agyekum promo. Every customer is a winner.
The system has nothing on her. Those in power fear what she can do. She is Madame, and she is coming. On one hand, she's a humanitarian, and on the other, she's using them to seduce men in power for favors. Madame is a new drama series that explores the evils of an uncontrolled system where young women are exploited. Premiering Monday, 8th May at 8 p.m. on Aquaba Magic, DSTV channel 150 and Go TV channel 102. Stay connected on star 759#.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
All right, then you're welcome back. It's the Super Morning Show on Joy, and our guests, Dr. Emmanuella Tagoe and Dr. Francis Agyekum, have been telling us all about hypertension. Today happens to be World Hypertension Day, and it's all part of what they call the May Measurement Month. Have I said it right?
Yes.
Yes, so this is an opportunity for us all to get quite serious about it. They'll be telling us how and what they are doing to commemorate this important day in just a moment. But first, you know it, fun time for the kids means fun time with DSTV. DSTV is the home of the best kids entertainment with something exciting for children of all ages. And you know what the best part is? They get to learn while having fun. So give them the premium enjoyment with shows like Channel 318's Coco Melon on Moonbug, Paw Patrol on Nicktoons. Yes, somebody recognizes that one. Coco Melon. Paw Patrol on Nicktoons, Channel 308. Teen Titans Go on Cartoon Network, Channel 301. PL Masks Power Heroes on Disney Junior Channel 309, and so much more. Reconnect or stay connected by dialing *759# to make sure your kids don't miss out on all the laughs. DSTV, it's your moment.
And enjoy a fresh breath in Europe's iconic city, Oslo, Norway this summer. Don Marcos Travel and Tours, in partnership with Agyekum Travel and Tours in Norway, is organizing an exciting summer trip to Oslo, Norway from the 17th to the 25th of June 2023. Tour package includes visa, return air ticket, ground transport, airport transfers, accommodation for 9 days, breakfast, lunch, and supper, sightseeing, entry fees, and complimentary travel insurance, and a typical Norwegian nightlife in Oslo. Interested tourists in Ghana should contact Don Marcos Travel and Tours on 0249 045442 or 0202 930863 or email donmarcostravels@gmail.com. Marcos spelled Markus. Tourists in Europe or other parts of the world should contact Agyekum Travel and Tours on +47 455 36081. Email akwabiashite@yahoo.com.
Here's some good news for small to medium scale business owners. With SME Plus, you get to manage all your operational costs in communication. This service allows you to choose from affordable packages and enjoy talk time, SMS, data, and business content all bundled into one subscription. Now, here's the other exciting news. You get free on-net calls every Monday from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. thanks to MTN. Just dial *5060# to sign up today. You can WhatsApp or call 0244 308 111 for more information, and stay connected everywhere you go.
Now, its historic, iconic, and thrilling birth in Spain in 1635 caught the eyes of the world, performed in almost all stages in Europe, and listed as one of the 40 greatest plays of all time. Now in Africa, Accra, it's the Afrocentric edition of Life is a Dream by Latif Abubakar, a Spain-Ghana production, live at the Accra International Conference Center on the 27th and 28th of May. 2 shows each day, 4 p.m., 8 p.m. And it's only 150 Ghana cedis for a ticket. Dial *447*1092# to grab your tickets, or visit at Latif Globe on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for details. Early bird tickets at 100 Ghana cedis before the 19th of May, so before Friday. And tickets are available at Joy FM, Batrona Total, and Airport Shell. Life is a Dream is sponsored by the Embassy of Spain and MNC Group, supported by the Second Coming of Nkrumah Project, powered by Joy Entertainment, Graphic News Plus app, and Globe Productions. Globe Productions, experience the best.
Now, I suspect you've already saved this website as one of your favorites. If not, type it right now, kingdomstoreonline.com. That's where you can get all the latest stuff from Kingdom Books and Stationery. Now, it's great because you can pay via Momo on the website, and then they will just deliver to your home or office in very good time. If you, of course, are in Accra or Tema, then you don't have to pay for delivery. Terms and conditions apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks. All right, so our guests, Dr. Emmanuella Tagoe and Dr. Francis Agyekum, have been really educating us on this hypertension business and how it can lead to strokes, heart attacks, and various rather unpleasant complications. But thankfully, you can avoid them. if only you make some good choices. And that is what their awareness and sensitization is all about. So let's learn a little bit more about what they are doing during this season, this May measurement month, and particularly today on World Hypertension Day. Why don't you walk us through it?
All right. Okay. So the World Hypertension Day is part of the May Measurement Month. May Measurement Month is by the International Society of Hypertension. It's to create awareness about hypertension. We know hypertension, we've talked about it, the main cause for several non-communicable diseases. So we use the whole month to educate people and advocate that people should check their blood pressures at home. So for this year, the World Hypertension Day, the theme is that measure your blood pressure accurately, control it, and live longer. We know that if you are able to measure it accurately, and we have several automatic blood pressure machines. People spend money to buy all sort of expensive things that will not help them. But if they could spend just a little amount of money, 300 cedis, 400 cedis, get an automatic blood pressure machine in the home, you can measure your blood pressure and measure it accurately. And once it is high, you see the doctor and then you will get treated for it. So today we are educating people to try to measure their hypertension. We are from the Ghanaian Society of Cardiology. It's a society of people who are interested in people's hearts to help them manage their heart problems. We also want to advocate for people, but unfortunately there are only under 30 cardiologists in the whole of Ghana. We cannot do it alone. So it is not in my interest that you develop a heart attack. It is not in my interest that you develop a heart failure, because we are very few. And that is why we want people to be able to control their hypertension, detect it early, so that we prevent these complications. This evening, we will be having some education session for doctors as well. And we are expecting that over 1,000 doctors in Ghana will join in for that at 4 p.m. It will be on Zoom. We are going to talk about how to properly manage hypertension. And then they will be part of it. There are other screening programs I'll let my colleague also talk about.
Okay, so the Ghanaian Society of Cardiology is also undertaking screening programs, not just in Accra, but also in Volta region, Tamale, Kumasi, and then Takrady. In all of these places, we are going to have big screening events. So for the Accra event, we'll be screening our brothers at Abosokan spare parts. We know that there are some people who find it very difficult to come to the hospital because, they have to hustle and take money home. And we have identified this group. So we are going there next week, Friday, on the 26th of May. We'll set up in a nearby church, which is in the heart of Abosokan, called the St. Luke Methodist Church. And we are going to invite them to come in. Anybody who goes there, if you are buying car parts for your car, if you are visiting someone, whatever it is, just make sure you pass by and then have your blood pressure checked. We'll also do your weight and then your height and calculate your BMI, and there'll be doctors there as well as pharmacists to help educate you. If any question at all that you have, please pass by and then we'll help you to sort it out. So this is taking place in all these 5 zones: Takrady Market Circle, Kumasi as well. And then we also have the local government partnering with us on this. So we'll have information van going around the community the day before and then the actual day of the screening, reminding people to come in and have their blood pressures checked so that we can now link them up to care. Also, we are sharing messages on social media, WhatsApp, personal WhatsApp DPs, our status. We also have a Facebook page with the name the Ghanaian Society of Cardiology. So if you need more information, you can also come to this page. Please be with us on 26th May next week in Abosokan. All the spare parts. We are the spare parts guys. We are really interested in you. Our colleagues in the kidney department, they did a similar screening I think last year in Tuesday Market. So we don't want to go to the same place. So Abosokan, we are coming for you. Please come and have your blood pressure checked. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And we want to encourage all Ghanaians to at least get your blood pressure machine and keep it in the house. It is not that expensive.
How much are they these days?
It's about 300 Ghana cedis, 400 Ghana cedis. I mean, the high-end ones, you may get them at 600 Ghana cedis. And it's not expensive. If there are any things you want to buy in this world, even before you buy a car, get a weighing scale, get your blood pressure machine before you buy your car.
Consider it a home appliance.
Yes,
and
now, very necessary.
Yeah, buy it for your home.
Talking about checking your blood pressure, at Koso Jujo says, I don't check, I feel nervous when checking, and because of that, I failed my military medicals. At Gideon Dapa says, this morning I checked and it was 125/96.
Okay, so we have people who get very anxious and then they have their blood pressures going up. So actually, for a diagnosis of hypertension, we actually encourage that the blood pressures are checked at home when you are relaxed. Maybe you have a community pharmacy very close to your house. You just stroll over there, have your blood pressure checked, maybe in the morning or in the evening, or maybe every 3 days. We don't want it to be like a problem and then you become more anxious. So just take your time, relax in a familiar environment, have your blood pressure checked. So that when you come to the hospital, we compare that to the values that you get when we check it in the I think we actually call it white coat.
We have what we call ambulatory blood pressure monitoring machine. So we will fix the machine. It will monitor your blood pressure for 24 hours. So even I mean, after some time, you will sort of get used to
it because it's
the
pumping
machine,
every 30
and then we will
minutes
get a true average for your blood pressure.
Okay. At Freddie Matt says, yesterday, because I was at the clinic and was normal, I did my sugar and weight as well. At Abu Mali says, have I even checked before? It only gets checked when I visit the hospital for treatment. And Dr. Manfu, who says this is very necessary. Lots of us are walking around.
He's mentioned something I really want to comment on. There are Ghanaians who pride themselves that I've never been sick, I've never gone to hospital before.
You don't know what you are harboring.
You don't know. Maybe your first visit to the hospital will be to the
kind
morgue.
of things though.
So let's make a conscious effort, if for nothing at all, once a year screening. Get it
I recently had a patient who was involved in a road traffic accident. Before that, he knew he was fine. He's just 39 years old. As the surgeons were trying to prepare him to theater to have the bone fracture fixed, they realized that his BPs were sky high. So they had to keep him in hospital and monitor it, and he didn't even know. So if not for the road traffic accident he was involved in whilst driving his own private car, he wouldn't have known that he has high blood pressures. So let's check, like the theme says, measure your blood pressure accurately so that you can control it and live longer.
At Dr. Manfu says, this is very necessary. Lots of us are walking around with very high blood pressure. Unfortunately, high BP rarely shows symptoms until very late. Make it a habit to check often and also encourage the elderly in your family to do so. You don't necessarily need to come to the hospital. Most pharmacies have BP monitors and can easily do that for you. But once your BP is noticed to be high, kindly do come for assessment in the hospital. Once again, share with us what is normal blood pressure, as we wrap up the conversation.
So normal blood pressure is a systolic blood pressure of 100 to 120. A diastolic blood pressure of about 60 to 80, we will say is normal. Between 121 to 139, you need to be cautious. They say it's pre-hypertension. But even between 130 to 139, that is a gray area, depending on your other factors. If you have diabetes and your blood pressure is around 135, 136, your doctor may decide to treat. For instance, if your urine test shows that there is protein in the urine, then there is need to treat. So those areas are gray. Somebody mentioned that the blood pressure was 125/95. I am worried about the 95 because the diastolic blood pressure is a little high. You need to see your doctor, have a proper assessment to see whether it remains there or not. So for most of us, the best blood pressure, if you can keep it around 115/80, perfect. Whether you have hypertension or you don't have hypertension.
Great.
Okay, that's the goal, eh?
Yes, that's the goal.
Listen, Doctors Tagoe and Agyekum, we can't thank you enough for your time with us this morning and the great education you've given us. So many people have learned stuff that might just make the difference between life and death for them or someone they care about. So this cannot be the end. You have to come back because obviously people have lots more questions and you have lots more to educate us on. So please, let's rearrange for you to come back and join us with even more of your life-saving knowledge. Until then, thank you both.
Kojo, thank you very much. And the Ghanaian Society of Cardiology will be very happy to collaborate with the multimedia company to be able to educate people, not just on hypertension, but all heart conditions. Ours is touching hearts. Shaping practice. Yeah. We want to be able, we are few, about only 30 people, 30 cardiologists in the whole of Ghana. It includes those in China, it includes people in training. Where I train as a cardiologist, only one hospital had 45 cardiologists. One hospital. Oh. So if the whole of Ghana, we are talking about under 30 cardiologists.
Thank you both so much, and let's work together. On behalf of Kwesichum, I accept your collaboration. Okay. We'll do it.
Thanks for having us on the show.
And on behalf of the whole team, I say thank you.